So, Niamh, I spoke to you earlier on today, and you told me that Cosmo came in incredibly prepared for this role. And I was thinking, Cosmo, I mean, obviously sometimes acting should be very instinctive, but with a character like this, where there's so much going on and there's so much nuance and so many layers to him, I imagine it's vital for you that you come in with a lot of preparation.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, but there's no end to the level of preparation that you can do, and you can't really increment it. I mean, you could, people do, but, you know, it's a sort of endless quantity, and that makes it that you can, you know, really go for it in terms of the preparation, because I guess it just seems logically like a good decision to make.
Niamh, I mean, obviously many of us have seen you in this film and The Virtues as well, which are both quite heavy sort of roles.
Yeah.
I was just wondering about sort of what you're sort of going forwards, if you sort of, your sort of, because your range of acting, because when we do see very sort of brief, slight sort of light moments in these characters and in these projects, I think you really come to life. I was wondering if you've got more sort of, if you plan to do sort of comedy stuff.
Are you trying to say I should do more comedy?
Well,
speaking of that,
yeah. Well, you know, because I just wondering if it's something you'd like to explore more, that side to your acting sort of style.
It definitely is. I think I'll just love to play. I don't like to play the same character twice. I think the Dina character and Ursula's character are very different. It's just it's the choices in filmmakers that I've just loved to work with. But yeah, I think it's just like it's always got to do with the story. If the right story comes along, and it's something that I connect to, and it's doing more than just entertaining people. If it's like, you know, picking a project that, you know, as an audience member, you come away with something and be moved by it, and you learn something from it. So, but I just like playing characters that are underdogs, and they're not, you know, immediately judge them, and then by the end of it, you're kind of on side with them, and you can relate more to them than you initially thought.
Yeah. Cosmo, there's a real sort of physical transformation that goes on here. What was that side of this project like for you? The kind of challenges that came with getting into the body of Arm?
It was just sort of like extracurricular, like an extra just little thing in the day that, you know, just eat. It was just the instructions was just eat as much as you can.
That sounds great.
It was good. It was good, because there was no guilt, and that was good. I don't like push-ups, but that was something that I was very happy to do.
Exercise-wise, you do a lot.
Well, like running.
No, like weights.
Oh yeah, like lifting weights and stuff like that.
Did you? When did you fit it in?
But you can still be quite unfit and lift weights, I think. Or
you were just turning it all into muscle. It wasn't fair. Like he's like.
I think it's the food. I was just eating a lot, and then I think it makes the weight stuff work better. I'm not sure how it works really, but I know it
works.
It anyway. Does work. Yeah.
Is there a way, because I mean this film is dealing with quite sort of heavy themes, and it's quite a dark and gritty film to say the least, but is there, what's the way, how did you guys keep the mood light on set? I mean, is there a kind of, what do the actors do in between takes or at the end of a day's shoot to kind of make sure that the themes of the film don't get you guys down too much?
Well, I think you kind of leave everything on the floor, really. If you commit to it, you really commit in the moment and embrace what's happening, and then you just leave that on the floor, and then you can come away with that going, yeah, it's just a job. It really is just a job, and the enjoyment comes from knowing that you literally have given everything in that scene and in that moment, and then you end the end of the day and you go back and you hang out with the people that you worked with that day. And we were shooting in such beautiful places. Like we were in Kilkee and like down in Connemara, and you can't help but be affected. Like, and the weather was so beautiful. I think weather changes everything. Weather changes people's mood. But on this, everyone was in it because they wanted to work on this project. They had read the script, they'd seen Nick's work, and they'd, you know, DMC, Film 4. It's like the vibe was really positive, and the material in which they were getting, everyone was speaking so positively about. So it's
and it kind of becomes like a marathon, because where you have to sleep in between getting to the finish line, like because everyone knows that you've started now and you have started and you have to finish. So it's like you said, like you just all out on the floor, and then but you have to sleep. That's just a pain, but you do, and then but it's still one thing. It's still like one mass. I think to me, I see it as one mass. Well, I don't even know what I'm saying.
Well, I thought the accent was great. I'm saying that. Niamh, what was his accent like?
It was perfect.
Was it perfect?
Pitch perfect.
Yeah. Were there any words that you sort of stumbled on when you were sort of coming to terms, or any sort of anything that you've sort of struggled with?
Probably, but there's a period of there's a several week lee period where, you know, I make it my business to best iron those out if they're around by just doing it more, and so it's not like the phase of when you're like, I've got it. It is an absolute thing. It's a drip fed thing, and then eventually sort of like you're just sort of somewhere where you think you might, but you would never say that because
your accent was better than mine and Barry's. Like genuinely, it was. Because you got to Lochrabe before any of us, and you'd like met with locals and everything, and like as we were walking through town, we were like on our way to like Supermax, shout out Supermax, to grab like burgers, and
Supermax.
There was like these lads in town be like, all right, Cosmo. And I was like, how do you know them? Like, oh, they're just lads I was hanging around with.
Yeah.
Like, so, and mates of mine came down to like visit me during filming, and they were like, whereabouts in Galway is Cosmo from? Like, you can't. It's if you can pick his accent, it's like fair play to you. I can't.
It's just like I got there early so that there'd just be it might seem weird at first because I was trying to initiate conversations that it might be not best to initiate, like just strangers. You're just like, oh, so what, you know, like what are you doing? How's life? So there was some of that which can look weird, but it's necessary.
You followed up those relationships you made.
Yeah, I totally did.
So my final question, I was just wondering, Cosmo, because I rewatched Lady Macbeth again recently, which is just so good, and it just sort of struck me watching it now of just the rise of Florence, yourself, and Naomi. I mean, since then it's just been kind of huge. Do you guys all keep in touch? Are there any kind of like, is there like a Lady Macbeth WhatsApp group?
No, no. She's probably like she's just so busy, probably. But no, I mean, I haven't really spoke to Florence since the things. But yeah, she's doing mentally well. Yeah, and Naomi as well.
She's in Star Wars.
So busy. Yeah. Star Wars.
So good, that film.
Yeah. She got an action figure. That means she's got an action figure.
She could do,
yeah. Mental.
Well, you'll have an action figure one day.
No, I don't want one.
Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yeah.
Nice.
Hey